He was stabbed more than 20 times in his chest and abdomen. Tonight, he talks to News 8 from his hospital bed.
Gruesome new details have emerged in the case of a San Diego man who survived being stabbed more than 20 times. Jordan Hardgrow is still in the hospital recovering, but today, 20-year-old Pierce Tostado was arraigned on charges of attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Prosecutors asked that bail be set at $500,000, but the judge doubled it to $1 million. News 8's Kelly Hassedall has more on that and what Hardgrow has to say from his hospital bed.
Well, Jordan Hardgrow is trying to stay positive. He's recovering at UC San Diego, and considering what prosecutors say happened to him, he's certainly lucky he survived.
During the course of his emergency services, the hospital went through 10 units of blood, and his heart stopped for 10 minutes.
Jordan Hardgrow almost died January 16th, according to prosecutors.
It's been a true journey for me. Journey's not over, still got a lot of healing to do, but like I said, the support system has been everything. I tell you, man, just looking at half of those messages, I can't get through it without crying.
Today, Hardgrow tells News 8 he doesn't remember that night.
And I'm sure the cost of the trauma has been a big blur, so I know just as much as the next person.
While he remains in the hospital recovering, the man accused of attacking him appeared before a judge. 20-year-old Pierce Tostado pled not guilty to all charges. Here's what prosecutors say happened.
According to witnesses at the scene, this defendant followed behind the victim and verbally harassed him. At 11th Avenue and E Street, the victim stopped, turned to face the defendant, and asked if he wanted to fight.
Prosecutors say the two got into a fist fight and Tostado pulled out a knife.
The defendant stabbed the victim approximately 5 times, causing him to fall to the ground. As the victim lay unarmed and helpless on the ground, the defendant squatted next to him and continued stabbing him in the chest over and over again. A witness attempted to intervene and physically pulled the defendant away from the victim at least once. However, the defendant returned to the victim, squatted down, and continued stabbing him over and over again.
Hardgrow was rushed to the hospital. He suffered several wounds to his heart, lungs, and abdomen. Meanwhile, Tostado's defense attorney says his client has no criminal history.
Prior to the incident, he was working 36 to 45 hours a week doing high-end handyman work with his father.
When asked what he would say to the defendant if he could, Hardgrow told me this.
I'd probably say something positive. Like, look, clearly things are the way they are. I'm going to continue to be the person that I was meant to be. I hope that whatever process you have to go through, that it helps you become a better person.
And bail was set for the defendant at $1 million. He's due back in court in March. Carlo and Marcella.
Glad to hear he's okay. Thank you, Kelly.